All right, so these are the Sanderson Zoomie headers for big block Chevy. On my 31 Model A with a tunnel ram and nitrous. So some things to know about this. When I first put these on, this side, because this head's slightly forward, it would rub here when I turn the wheel. I have since extended my hairpins there and here, pushed the axle ahead as much as I could. Both sides, obviously. This side's better. It does barely touch. That was actually, that rub mark was before. So now, I guess with the rat rod guys, or if you got like a suicide front end, yeah, that's touching. So decent turning. Now, this car's got big boots and a spool in the rear end, so it doesn't like to turn that sharp really anyways. Parking is always a little bit of a hassle, so I've driven it since then, and that seems to be definitely doable now. Definitely not full lock, but I think I'll live with it. It's a straight line car mostly anyways. Could probably go ahead a little bit more if I had a second hand to help pull it, but yeah, so that's the car with those on. I'm debating, I kind of would like them to sit a little lower. I still have my exhaust from the Lakester headers, but I would like them to come down a little bit, I think. So we'll see. My brother-in-law is a TIG welder, so he can TIG weld pretty nice. I'm almost thinking if I cut them here, close to the flange or whatever, that I'd be able to tweak them down a bit, and then that would actually get me clearance because they'd be here, so where the tire starts kind of going in, and they'd start, they'd start moving in as they tip down. And then also, I didn't really think about this, but because they're shooting up right there, you're driving down the road's fine, but idling in traffic, I find it starts filling the cabin up with exhaust fumes. So if I roll the windows up, that seems to help, but it kind of sucks on a hot day. But I bet if we leaned them down, they'd kind of lean out. It might actually help shoot your exhaust out more than straight up into almost into your window. But they kind of just work on this car. Like that's what this thing needed. And also, so these ones came with the baffles. I've got them inserted, and it definitely makes a big difference. Takes kind of the bassy tones out, I guess. Still actually screams like a Zoomie, even with the baffles in there. And I just have sheet metal screws in, holding them, and they seems to be holding so far. I checked them today. And in the car, obviously, I basically just roll around with a pair of these now, and yeah. But I've had several people tell me they're surprised it's not louder, so I guess that's a good sign. It's probably noisy just for me. Hopefully the cops leave me alone. This thing's kind of, it's hard to be mad when you see this thing going down the road, but it is pushing it. The Hot Wheels sticker. That's the whole inspiration of this car is basically, it's a giant Hot Wheel car. Even got my seats. Hot Wheels. Got my car there. Oh, can't really see it, but there you go. So, yeah. We do it for the kids, right? Kids love it. So haven't been to the drags yet with these to see how much power I lost. I can't see I actually lost any power, just because this is what I was running before. That's far from a tuned header for sure. And then my 11.7 pass I was watching my air fuel ratio, so I had the exhaust closed off. So that was through, you know, completely blocked off header. So it's gotta be better than that. But yeah, so the Sanderson headers, I'm really impressed with the, I would say protect your investment, pay a little extra and get the silver ceramic coat. They do a really good job on that. I mean, they're not cheap, so you want them to last. When I received mine, I had one. This pipe was a little out of round. I actually straightened it, but it was flattened here for some reason. I don't know if that was shipping or what. But yeah, in a lot of ways, I'd wish they have room here. It'd be nice if they swept them back a little more to give you some more clearance. I really kind of wanted to build my own, but cost-wise and time-wise, and I knew they wouldn't turn out nearly this nice. And then the ceramic coat, obviously, I'd have probably do it on stainless, but then I wanted to have these baffles, so I don't know if you could buy them separately, but yeah. It's surprising what a set of Zoomies cost. But anyways, they're tuned length. I think they're like 32 inches long, so in theory, it should be long enough to have one pulse coming out and then the second pulse coming and this one pulling the next one. So it should flow decent anyways. Yeah, so mixture now, I gotta be pulling plugs, make sure my mixture's half decent. Definitely seems like it's running a little warmer. We also got warm temperatures right now, but it seems like it's running a little warmer than it used to, which is probably because it's not running so rich. It's maybe not such a bad thing. And then I had to adjust my idle speed up a bit. So, but now it's actually not too bad. So this winter I'm going to pull this tranny. I got a stock converter in this car, so it's 1,000 RPM. It's trying to load the engine down, sitting at a light. So yeah, I'm thinking 3,000 stall is going to go in this thing, and should really help it off the line and drivability is nice with this converter, but I bet you it'll idle better, not having when it's in gear loading the motor down. And yeah, anyways, so that's really good packaging. It's all really well bubble wrapped, and these were all protected pretty good at the ends, all cardboarded up. So I'm not sure, but I did have not sure where. There was one, yeah, there was a puncture. So my guess it was shipping, snail mail. Yeah, I highly recommend. Thanks, Sanderson.